Inventory geeks like to think of inventory in different buckets. Oftentimes, they'll categorize it in A, B, and C inventory. In today's world of data, it's good to analyze your inventory based upon data factors and group things. You've heard the concept oftentimes that 80% of your profits come from 20% of your items. So either way, let's take a look at what your sales are, and do you have 100 items in inventory because a client wants you to have coverage on all those items. Even though 20% of your items make up 80% of your sales, you ought to know that. The way that affects your inventory is let's have more inventory on those 20% of the items because they turn. You have more sales on them. So one way to do the analysis is based on sales. Another way to do the analysis is based on profit. So just because you sell more of an item does not mean the profit associated with that item is more. So another way to look at it is what's your gross margin, or what's the amount of money you make, whether it be percent or dollars on each item, and categorize your inventory based on that profitability per item. And again, from an investment in inventory perspective, it only makes sense to invest more inventory on the items that you either sell more of or that you make more money of, and reduce the amount of inventory on your C items. Maybe that's the 50% of the items that you have in inventory that only make up 5% of your sales. What's the risk in not having inventory on 50% of those items if you don't make much money on them or you don't sell many of them though? So strategically, remember the objective of inventory in most finished goods scenarios or raw material is because you want to resell it. What's the risk associated based on that Pareto analysis of not having inventory of the wrong item? It's okay to not have inventory on items you really don't care about. Mom and pop shop in Timbuktu, Arkansas, compared to somebody else in Bentonville, Arkansas, the risk is a lot lower when you only sell one out of 1 million items to mom and pop. We ought to keep in stock the one that you sell 253,000 items to those folks in Bentonville. That makes a lot more sense. So analyze your inventory based on Pareto and what's most important.